Hello, my beautiful darlings. My name is Katie of Rosebloom Readings. Thank you so much for being here with me today, my loves. Today's reading, we are going to be looking into your next romantic relationship. We're going to get who they are, how you meet them, details about the relationship, about the connection. We're also going to do in an extended reading on Patreon, aka hashtag Rosebloom Readings Unfiltered. We're going to look into intimate aspects of your connection, details in that, because there's some spiciness in the air, my loves. There usually is around these parts, but you know, especially today, we'll say, especially today. So we have a lot of decks, my darlings. We may end up pulling some letters as well for further confirmations. The letters are really making a comeback these last few readings, but we'll see how it goes. We'll feel it out. So my darlings, we have 4 piles today as usual. One day it might be different, today it is not. Before you select, my loves, if you are feeling unclear, if you feel like you need maybe some more clarity, if you just want to get rid of all the extra stuff, you can take a long breath in through your nose, hold it for 4 seconds, and let it out slowly through your mouth, just to kind of reset your intuition. Trust yourselves, my loves. You've got this. You know this. Whatever you feel drawn to is what is meant for you. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, it's most likely because you have messages that resonate with you in those piles that you feel drawn to. Take the messages that resonate, leave behind what doesn't, for those who are meant to receive them. As always, I will have timestamps down below in the description box. We have pile number 1 is be authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. Pile number 2 is honesty is essential, speak with love and truth. Pile number 3 is, I keep trying to fix these cards, back to what you love, reevaluate your desires. And pile number 4, if you long for more love, be more loving. All right, my darlings, so sit on it. Whatever you feel drawn to is what is right for you. If you are ready, then I am ready, and we will get started. Okay, so I have to do it now because I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm drinking tea, and tea is good. And coffee sucks, and I don't like it much, and it's not very good, but it wakes me up because I'm over the age of 25, and sometimes I need caffeine to feel alive. But now I have tea. I got it, my babies. I got my tea. I'm very excited. It is peach green tea. It's goddamn delicious. It has it's fucking cold tea. I don't like hot drinks. I don't know. I think it's because I run really hot. I don't like hot drinks. Everything has to be cold. Coffee has to be cold. Tea has to be cold. Everything else has to be cold. Everything except water. I'm just making it easy for people to drag me now. But it's delicious, and it has those fun little juice balls that like pop in your mouth. So I'm sorry if you hear any popping sounds throughout the reading. I'll try and keep it like between the readings, but it's just so good. It's so delicious. So balls popping in my mouth all night long. My darlings, how's your day going? Also, before I forget, I'm not going to forget, but I might, because once we get into the reading, you know, things happen. So I don't want to forget, because this changed my life and I am a new person. I have fully evolved and transformed into the happiest version of myself, because I got a comment today at the time of filming this from a very, 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 very beloved viewer of mine, someone who has been with me for a very long time, who has stuck around, who has entrusted me with so much, and who I value and adore. Sweet, beloved, darling Lily Pigeon, I hope I'm pronouncing your username right. If not, I will kick myself. I will never forgive myself. No, if not, please tell me how to pronounce it, because I love you. I love you. I love you. And they always leave such wonderful comments. They're so darling to me, so darling to my heart. And today they left a comment on the reading that had gone up today, and it was very sweet as always and amazing. And then they started talking about their cats and that their cats watch my readings with them. And I was already like, I was goop. I was just melted. And then they said one of their cats tries to catch my hands, like paused the screen and tries to catch my hands because I move my hands a lot. And when I tell you, oh, hi kitties, hi. So I could break all of my fingers and both my arms right now and I would still find a way to move them because I need to touch paws with the kitty cat. I need to. I love you so much. I love you so much. I love them. I love them so. I love you so much. I love them so much. I love them. I'm never going to stop thinking about it. Literally every time I do a reading, all I'm going to be thinking about is holding paws with a kitty cat. And this is everything to me. This is everything to me. I just love them so much. Okay. Be cool. Play casual. Hard to get. Okay. All right. Let's get started, my loves. Hi, kitties. Nom 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 nom. Peach balls in my mouth. Tasty balls in my mouth. Pop. Okay. I love green tea. I love it so much. I'm so happy. Okay. It's not about me. I'm over it. We're moving on. Okay. A ball stuck in my teeth. Hang on. Uh-oh. When that happens, now you know. All right. Oh, God. Went too far. Whew. All right, my loves. Hello, my darlings. Group number 1. If you picked this gorgeous card, be authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. We also have forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. Okay. We're going to look into your next relationship, my loves. It's already feeling very intense, very heavy. We have the 5 of Cups. Okay. No, I want you this way, please, my loves. We have the Chariot. I have a feeling. Okay, switcheroo. It's like when you learned how to square dance in phys ed in elementary school. Everybody move, shift. I don't want the glare on here. Okay, so it's feeling very intense. There's a lot of very intense energy, my darlings, but at the same time, it feels peaceful. It's kind of like, it's like right after a really, really big, okay, let me paint a picture for you, my darlings. Let me take you somewhere here. It's like when you're camping and you're in your tent because there's this really intense rainstorm outside and you can hear it like and the tent's blowing and the trees are rustling and there's not a fucking animal sound outside because they've all fucking run for the hills, and it seems so intense and you're sitting in it and there's nothing you can do and you're like, I hope this goes well for me. I hope we all end up okay. And then once it's done, it's done. You've gone through it and you're like, oh, and you don't even really remember how it felt to be going through it because you just exist in the now, in the finished aspect, in the aftermath of it. And you open your little tent and you pop your head outside and you can see the like results. Like you can see, okay, yes, the storm was here. The storm existed, but you're safe and you're good. And there's this sense of like full throttle peacefulness. Is that an oxymoron? Full throttle peacefulness. If I could describe myself in so many words. Sorry, I've had tea. And I feel like that's to do with you guys really having gone through it the last few years. I'm hearing 3 years. Some of you I'm hearing at the most 6 years. It feels like you've just really shaken things up and you've been put through so much. You've had so much happen to you. You've had so many moments where you've had to stop and think, okay, how much more can a fucking person take? And a person can take a lot, my loves. It's true. It is true. But you've kind of had to resort to that sort of tent metaphor of like, okay, I just have to get through this. And you've gotten through it, my darlings. You've gotten to the other side. You've gotten rid of negative relationships. You've gotten rid of people who made you feel less than you were worthy of. You have left jobs that weren't good for you anymore. You've moved away from places that didn't make you feel centered and whole and happy anymore. You've gone through the storm, my loves. And now, my babies, now we're on the other side of it. And how exciting is that? Am I right? Okay, so what am I doing with my life? Great fucking question. I don't know the answer. Okay, I want to pull some of these because there's definitely something very exciting. Right at the start of your reading, I could feel somebody like just behind me. You know when you're standing in front of your partner. Say they're taller than you and they're behind you. Calm down, calm down. 5 of Cups again, my babies. Whoa, 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 whoa. We have Oppression, which is the... Is it Tower? I want to say Tower. And we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so somebody's standing behind you and they're taller than you. And maybe they're holding on to you. Maybe they have their arms wrapped around you from behind. Maybe they... Queen of Pentacles as well, my loves. That's fucking gorgeous. Okay, beautiful. And the King of... Whoa. Okay, we're getting into that in a second. And you can feel their, like, the warmth of their breath against, like, the crown of your head or the back of your head. And it kind of, like, muscles your hair up a little bit. And it's so comforting. When you're sleeping with somebody, especially when you're little spooning, and they're behind you, and just that, like, soft, even breath, and it's so warm against you, that is what I was feeling. So it's like somebody's very, 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 very close. And then we have the Swan here right on the crown chakra, my darlings, which means the soulmate is coming in. That's very exciting because I do not feel as though you would settle for anything less than a soulmate right now. You're like, I'm done. I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done with the fake people. I'm done with the people who just want to take what they can get from me and utilize me for a phase of their lives and then send me on my way. I'm done with it. I'm not accepting it. And you're not. And that's not what's coming, my darlings. And then the fact that we have 2 queens and a king sounds like a great night to me. But also... You know, sometimes I just need to... Okay. If you're disappointed in me, I'm more disappointed in me, so don't worry about it. But this is especially the fact that we have the Queen of Coins with the King of Coins here. These are the pinnacle of stable, romantic, perfect partnerships, perfect spouses, perfect family people, if that's what you want, providers, nurturers. You build a home, you build a life, you build everything, kindness, stability, solid foundations. That is what this is. But then also, my loves, we have the Queen of Cups here sitting looking pretty, and that is emotion, emotional depth, that is romantic depth, that is spiritual depth, that is intuition. This is beautiful. With the full moon here, this is very much a true and perfect manifestation of the greatest, most fulfilling, most lovely partnership. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful because it's what you're deserving of. It's what you're worthy of. And it's going to fit perfectly into the life that you have just in the last few years started settling down, and some of you even just the last few months. And it's kind of like, okay, the ground, you know, is patted down. Okay, it's dry. Okay, now we can start building. And you wouldn't want to start building and then have somebody come and fucking curb stomp the shit out of what you're building, because no, you don't want that. That's not, no, it's bad. It's bad, babe. It's bad. So instead, you have somebody coming in and saying, I love what you've done with the place. Is there anything I can do to help? Can I bring anything forward to help you fulfill this beautiful plot of land farther? And if that's not a fantastic relationship, my darlings, if somebody coming into your already existing situation and saying, this is amazing, I want to only add and help you benefit farther in this existing situation, that's a lovely fucking dynamic. Okay, I feel like you are dreaming about this person a lot. They're dreaming about you a lot as well. One of you is a very heavy lucid dreamer. I feel like you guys have a very hard time, not a hard time, but like you're very aware of when something doesn't feel right in a lucid dream, in the context of not being sure if you're dreaming or not. It's like not fully, not all the way through the dream overnight. There are points during when you're sleeping where you're like, okay, I know this is a dream, but I can also, you know, make my choices and kind of function in the dream how I would if given, you know, freedom of choice. But then it's like you kind of wake up and it's so jarring to come out of that lucid state that that phase of waking up, you're like, okay, I don't know, like you can kind of see things around you, but they're sort of like, they look a little different than they usually look. They look a little hazy maybe. They look, you know, some things could look like kind of a different color. Things could just kind of feel out of place even though they're not. It can just feel like, you know, something kind of vaguely unsettling. And so at those points, you have a hard time being like, I don't know if this is still a dream or not. And then you can come out of it. And this person you're connecting to, my loves, feels extremely psychic. So I do feel as though, oh my goodness. Oh, my heart chakra. Oh my God, guys. I feel as though, okay, I was just about to say, this person is extremely psychic and helps you farther enhance your already existing gifts. Gifts that you have always known that you've had, but haven't really had the means or the knowledge to kind of put a name to, or to develop properly, or to, you know, expand properly, or to really kind of feel 100% comfortable saying that you had. It's like I feel like you guys call it a sixth sense a lot. You're like, oh, you don't call it like intuition, you don't call it you know, clair anything. You call it like a sixth sense. You have a feeling as well. It's like I have a feeling about this, and it's like, yeah, you have a feeling, my babies, because you're psychic as fuck. And I feel like that stems from so many cycles of life with this person that you're connecting with. And this is so gorgeous because it feels like this person practices their psychic gifts daily. They could do it for work, which is psychics, tarot readers, diviners, Reiki healers, intuitives, mediums. Some of them I feel like even tell you, which this isn't something they share with a lot of people, but some of them tell you that it comes up like somehow very organically in a conversation early on in your dating life, that they have worked with law enforcement with their psychic gifts. And you didn't hear it from me. Don't quote me ever. It happens more often than you'd think, my babies. And that's very validating to you. It's very impressive for you, first of all, but very validating to you because this person is so comfortable and sure and confident in themselves, very open. They do not hide who they are. They do not hide what they can do. They're very proud of themselves. They're very, very much in their power. They make such a positive impact on so many different lives that they would be remiss if they didn't feel a sense of pride at feeling as though, you know, they're fully fulfilled in their life's purpose. And it's validating for you to hear things like that, like, you know, they work with law enforcement, because then it's like, okay, the belief and acknowledgement of your abilities, and you believe them and you acknowledge them and you know that they're real, because this person gives you no choice but to believe them, because they're so they're so fucking impressive. They're so on the money with every single fucking thing they say, that you're like, okay, this is really exciting because I have these feelings that you call them. And, you know, if these abilities exist in such a grand scale in the world in a way that I'm not yet aware of, then maybe I really am psychic and they're like, my baby, my sweet angel, love of my life, light of my heart. Yes, you are. You are absolutely fucking psychic. Yes. And I feel like they call you out on it too, like on like the second date. Like they just know how psychic you are, and I feel like it comes up and you're like, "Well, I've had, some experiences and I'm pretty in tune with the energy of a room when I walk into it, and I can kind of just tell how people are feeling and what they're thinking and what they're going to say, and I have really vivid dreams that then come true 6 to 9 months later." And they're like, "Uh-huh, right, right. Okay." But you have known each other many, 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 many times before, my darlings. You will know each other for many, 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 any and all of your lifetimes, my darlings. You are so closely linked as soulmates. You are so, it's like, it doesn't even make sense how you two find each other in this lifetime, because it never makes sense. I feel like it hasn't for like the last, half a dozen lifetimes. You guys just, regardless of where you're positioned in the world, regardless of what you do, who your friends are, what your social circle is, what's happening in your lives, what you've gone through, there's nothing that can stop you from connecting with each other. And it's beautiful. And it feels like that's very much the same in this lifetime. My nose is very itchy, my darlings, if that resonates with you. This person has very beautiful hair. Very wavy, very thick, curly, very voluminous, fluffy, beautiful hair. Excuse me for burping, because it tickles your nose a lot. You could also have very, very nice, very fluffy, very beautiful hair. I feel like this person kisses the top of your head a lot, which they're very physically affectionate, as are you, my darlings. But they are so innately healing through their physical affection. There's a lot of kisses to the top of your head. I feel like you guys, a lot of you work from home, or yeah, or you work like, in addition to working wherever the fuck you work at home as well, because I can see you sitting a lot and you're on a computer and you're tip tap doopity boop bop booping, doing what you do, making that shmoney shmoney babies. Proud of you, you're doing fantastic, by the way. We'll get into that in a minute. And they kind of come by, and I mean, they're so, not only are they as psychic as they are, they're also so tapped into you. I feel like presently as well, they're tapped into you, and have been for quite some time. And a kiss on the forehead or the top of the head, especially of somebody intuitive, is so magnificently healing and comforting, because you've got the crown chakra, my darlings, you've got the third eye chakra. So to give somebody a little gesture of complete undiluted affection to a very, very, very intense point in their bodies, it's beautiful. And I feel like that helps you along very organically to opening your crown chakra fully and opening your third eye chakra fully, but also protecting it. They're very protective of you, my darlings, extremely, especially, not especially, but including now, including, in the time before they've met you, because I don't feel as though you've met them yet, my loves. Very soon though. Again, we'll get into that in a minute. But fiercely protective of you, because they're so tapped in. And you, my beautiful darlings, as empathic as you are, as soft and tender and beautiful and wonderful and loving and gentle and angelic as you are not as protective of yourselves as you should be. 29 and 29 here have jumped out to me, my darlings, as well as 39 and 30. And these feel like ages to me when you meet them, your age or their age. So there could be, I'm hearing either same age, 1 year difference above or below, or 10-year difference between you both. 9-10 year difference, but like, so either very similar age or 10-year difference. And I feel like the 10-year difference only happens if one of you is like 26 and up. Like, I don't feel like, like if one of you is like 19, they're not going to be 29, because that's very different. 19 and 29 is very different from 29 and 39. You know what I'm saying, my loves? You know what I'm saying. But yeah, you're not very protective of yourselves, my darlings. You're very kind of open gate. Like, whoever needs to come in can come in. You will give them everything that you have. in any way possible that you can, and people can come and go as they please. And you're better. You're better at setting boundaries, my darlings. I will say you've worked very hard. You're continuing to work hard. I feel like a lot of you are in counseling. A lot of you are talking very openly about things that you've experienced in the past that I feel like some of you didn't even realize were causing you to act in a way that would bring yourself emotional turbulation and harm, my darlings. And you're doing fantastic, my loves. You're doing great. I'm very proud of you. You're doing wonderfully. You're going to continue doing it, and it's going to continue getting better and getting easier and improving. You're doing the right thing, my loves. I feel like sometimes you're worried that there's a step that you're missing, or that you're not doing enough of, or that you're doing wrong. And no, you're doing fantastic, my loves. Continue doing so. And but this person is very protective of you, very much reinforces your boundaries, especially boundaries that you want to uphold but don't. Even before you say that you want them to uphold them, and they don't overstep. They do not. It's kind of like a very, very watchful, protective energy. It's like, okay, because they understand the ebb and flow of human choice and human condition and everything, and they would not be controlling enough in your life to block anything that you are willing to accept. However, my darlings, when you accept so much, and if it has a negative effect on you, perhaps it drains you, perhaps it puts you in a lower mood than you'd like to be, then they are there. They're always there in every single way. I do feel as though initially this is a long distance relationship, and I feel like you could even have experiences at work, or because I feel like your work is very demanding. You work with a lot of people. You have to like communicate with a lot of different people. A lot of people are asking a lot of things of you at the same time, and there's a lot of schedules. It's very long days. I feel like your sleep schedule is fucked up, because I feel like you work where you live, but your work is like in a different country, or it's international, so you have to be very accommodating to a lot of different time zones, and sometimes it drains the shit out of you, my loves. And this person, can be asleep, and you're working into the night, and you finish and you're thinking to yourself, fuck, that was a hell of a day. And they immediately wake up and they call you, and they have this cute little sleepy voice, and they just ask initially, it's like, hi baby, and you're like, hi, and they're like, are you okay? And you're like, how soon can you fly here and give me a hug? And they're like, I'm leaving now. It's very, very sweet. But yeah, you guys will always find each other, have always found each other. I feel like this lifetime, it's so fun. They are definitely, it's not an accident that they have tapped into their intuition first, and that it's so strong enough that they can do it for a living, strong enough that they can do it every day, because you use your intuition every day, my darlings, but they can, turn theirs on and off. They can see things with clarity. They don't doubt themselves in the way that sometimes you can, and that is not a dig at you, my babies, because when it comes to intuition, the most difficult hurdle, as it is with most aspects of humanity, is overcoming self-doubt and overcoming imposter syndrome, and overcoming, okay, maybe I'm wrong for thinking this, and I'm just putting thoughts in my head, and, wishful thinking, and so on and so forth. And that's been the hardest thing for them to overcome, certainly. And it's very difficult for a lot of people to overcome, my darlings. They do help you overcome your own, though. But it feels like, I feel like they have a child, a young child, and I feel like something about having that child, especially for those of you who are attracting feminine energies, who are attracting people who carry the child in their bodies, who gave birth to the child themselves, that was like a pinnacle point in their intuition. And it feels like, because this is something, this is too much information to give in this reading here, my darlings. This is a conversation for a different day. But the long and short of it is, our beautiful, squishy, gorgeous, meaty vessels that we're in for this physical lifetime are just that. They're just vessels. And what's inside is forever and endless, and has existed for all time, will exist for all time, ping pong through the universe, and will continue to do so. And when we leave our physical vessels and we go back to the place where we have all come from and will always end up going to, we get to kind of pick our paths. And you two, the first thing I feel as though energetically you desire for, you go for, is to reconnect. You're always trying to find your way back to each other. You do not want to be apart for a fucking second. I'm gonna burst into tears. This is gorgeous. Oh my god. Okay. And it feels like this person made the conscious decision to have a child with somebody who was not worthy of this person or their beautiful, wonderful child. And I don't feel as though that person is in their lives in any capacity, or if they are, it's in a very, 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 very small capacity, but otherwise completely removed. And to have this child and to raise this child, because one, they have this beautiful child that they love unendingly and unconditionally, and who you will also love unendingly and unconditionally. And some of you, that might be quite surprising. Some of you might not feel ready for it. Some of you might not feel as though you are up to the cut to be in that position in a child's lives. And you will be when you will be, my darlings. And you are when you are, basically. So when this person and their child comes into your lives, it is the perfect time for that. So if you're going through things right now where you're like, I would not bring a child into this situation, then this person is not coming into your lives right now, my darlings. They're perfectly content existing in the way that they are, connected to you in the way that they are, until you are ready for them to come into your lives, and vice versa as well, my darlings. But it's like they agreed to that, and the hardship that has come with that, and the difficulties, the beautiful miracle alongside the difficulties, because in tandem with having this wonderful, beautiful, loving child, who also feels extremely psychic, they then were able to strengthen their intuitive abilities to a point that they could tap into things more clearly. They could see you and feel you. I feel like they actually started seeing and feeling you when this child was about 1 or 2, before, they even knew that they were going to connect with you, when they were still developing their abilities. And it's like, okay, that was all part of the purpose, to have this beautiful child, have this beautiful family, but then to also have these wonderful abilities to help people, to heal people in the way that they've always wanted to, but then also to be able to connect with you. And it feels like that kind of ping pongs back and forth through different lifetimes, my darling. Sometimes you're the one who's more psychic and more easily tapped in, who can then connect to them initially, but you always share this same psychic gift. This whole dynamic is a very beautiful connection of really lifting each other up, really giving each other, what they need, and what they should have, and what they're worthy of, and what they're deserving of. So, I could talk. Oh my God. Okay. I could talk forever about this connection. I'm going to pull some cards as I do, my darlings, which is always a bad decision for me but it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay. We're together. It's okay. And okay, so it's just so loving. We have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth explore. I knew it. Oh, oh, the way it stole the air out of my lungs. Your feelings are real and worth exploring and calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Oh my fucking goodness. Oh, this is good. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Okay. The way this person connects to you in this lifetime, like in a way that, allows you to physically connect, is it's so strange. It's literally like I'm seeing art connect you both. I do feel as though a good like 98% of you meet online, because I do feel as though there's distance between the two of you. I do feel as though you're from similar countries. So you could be from countries where the first language of the country is the same, but like a different accent. You could be from just different countries. I'm hearing, I feel as though also this person has, or you have, um, excuse me, ancestry, in very, very, very significant ancestry in the opposite person's country. But it feels like art connects you, so you could, like, comment on like the same, artist's profile or picture on Instagram, or there's something to do with art. Or you could, be an artist. They could be well, some of them are artists. I do feel as though they're primarily psychic, but some of them have a very, very, very strong creative undertone to them as well. I'm seeing art connect you. I'm seeing just literally, like, for those of you that have an online platform, and I do feel as though that's quite a few of you, they just kind of drop into your line of sight one day. Like, they could also have an online platform, especially for those of them that are psychics. They could be psychics online. And I don't know what that wave was. It's me. Hi. Let's get married. Um, and someone like comments on their profile about you, and they're like, oh, who's that? Or they comment in your profile about them, and you're like, who's that? And then you find each other, and it's just this instant. It's like it's like lightning hitting a fucking oak tree. Like, it's so loud and explosive and intense and beautiful. Oh my God. Oh, okay. I'm gonna, oof. Wow. One of you is significantly taller than the other, at least a head taller than the other. So if you're quite tall, I feel as though it would be you. If you're like average, then it could be them. Or they could be quite short. But both of you actually feel quite tall. Like, when you walk into a space, first of all, you're both so fucking attractive. It's unfair to the collective. Like, gorgeous, gorgeous people. And kind of like, there's something about you that's very, like, you both, I should say, that's very complementary, but different. It's like a perfect fit in a way that's quite different. So one of you has, like, more fair skin, and one of you could have, a darker complexion, or even if you're both, say, both Caucasian, one would have very fair skin and one would have like more olive tone skin. Or if you have, brown skin, one would have, more lighter brown, one would have darker brown. Hair as well. It feels like everything's so similar, but like different. Like, they could have really light eyes and you have dark eyes. Even if your eyes are the same color, so even if your eyes are green, they could have really pale green eyes, you could have dark green eyes. And your hair as well. One of you could have like black hair, and the other could have blonde or even like light brown, or one of you has dark brown, one of you has light brown. You're very, very, very complementary. Even your figures are this. Oh my God, I just want to, like, you guys, like, one of you could be more, more tall and thin, and the other could be, the slightly shorter one, but like curvier. You both do feel quite tall, but one could be more, like overtly muscular, and one could have like more, beautiful, beautiful softness to them. And there's just something that's so fitting. I'm hearing one of you has cake and one of you doesn't, so and I feel yeah, whoever doesn't have cake in the booty is a booty person, is an ass fan, and the other one has more than enough for you to entertain yourselves with. We'll get into that in the extended now, won't we? But it's very beautiful. It's very romantic. Something interesting that I'm seeing as well is that okay, this is kind of weird. There's something similar. Their child looks very different from them. I feel like physically, like if facial structure, body type, etc., etc., they look identical. But there's something very, very different about their appearance, and the difference that they have between themselves and their child has similar with you. So say they have light brown hair, their child has dark brown hair, and you have dark brown hair. Or they have lighter eyes, their child has dark eyes, you have dark eyes. Or you have, the darker complexion, their child has a darker complexion. It's very interesting. And it's like, I feel like the child looks pretty well nothing like the other parent, other biological parent. Parenting is not a right, so we don't just throw that around here. That's me projecting. But it's completion. You guys are completion to each other. Someone has very, 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 very curly hair, very thick, very curly hair. I do feel as though if there's someone in this connection who can grow facial hair, someone had facial hair for a very long time. And I feel like only in the last even a year, 6 months to a year, they've gotten rid of it. It's like going from like here to here, and now they like to keep it very clean shaven. And that's very interesting, because it's very like telling of the turnover in that person's phase of life. It's like, okay, I'm not holding on to the past anymore, because I feel like that person, the person who can grow facial hair, really holds on tightly to the past. And that was a very, very, very moving pinnacle point for being able to move forward from that. Oh god, I'm rolling everywhere. Washed my floors today, so now my chair's like wow, this is beautiful. Wow, this is beautiful. You guys have been each other's absolute fucking guardian angels as well, even before knowing each other physically. It's very gorgeous. One of you really, 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 really loves the other's like neck and shoulders and collarbone area. A lot of kisses there. It's a very, very sensual connection. It's very touchy in a way that doesn't thank you. That doesn't always have to be. We're getting 30 again. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. One of you could meet this person, like they could meet you, or you could meet them in your Saturn return. We have 27. Okay. Yeah, we're getting a lot of similar ages here. So we have the garden and the gate, walking away, and envy. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Bring it back, please, my babies. Yeah, guardian angel for the other. And it feels like, feels like you've dreamed about each other for a lot. But it feels like for them, it's kind of conscious dreams, whereas for you, it's been kind of fleeting. But there is definitely, and without a doubt, very strong familiarity in when you meet them, when you click with them. And the physical touch, there's so much of it. Both of you are very, 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 very keen on physical touch. And it's not the dog hair this time, it's my hair on the table. And not even just in like a sensual context. Like it doesn't always have to go somewhere. And I feel like there's a lot of passion in this connection. There's a lot of physicality there. I made a claw with my hand, so take that as it resonates. A person in this connection could have long nails, sharp nails, and they use them well. But I feel like something that you guys in particular have struggled with is not being able to connect with people who understand the duality of your nature. Because you're very physically affectionate people. And that doesn't always have to mean that, when you hug somebody, it's going to end up you throw them on the ground and then rail the shit out of them. That doesn't always have to be how it plays out. If it does, it's fantastic. But you also you love hugging, cheek kisses, holding hands, putting arms around people. And this, you connect to people who are either, or you have connected to people who have been either very envious of you doing that with friends. They're like, well, you shouldn't be doing that with them. You should just do it with me. Or people who have kind of not been able to read when that touch is just casually affectionate. When you're just happy to be with somebody and so you put your arm around them and they're like, okay, let's throw down. Rips their shirt open. And so and this person is very, 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 very understanding and perfectly matches your tone. So, you guys can be together and touch each other in a way that leads to something more sensual, more intimate, or you can just sit and watch a movie and be together and, be playing with each other's fingers and stroking each other's hair. And it's very sweet because that's where it rests. I will say, as physically affectionate as this person is, I feel like they don't always like people touching them. And I think that's something that they kind of confess to you. And you're like, oh my God, what? Because you're extremely physically affectionate. And so are they. But then they're like, oh no, I didn't get to finish. I want you to be touching me all the time. Because there's safety in that. And I feel like the not enjoying always being touched stems from, their psychic abilities, and sometimes that can be very overwhelming. Even if you're able to block it out, if you're able to cut it off, even if you're able to sever any kind of connection energetically, to have a lot of different people kind of touching you and being close to you can be very restricting energetically. And I feel like for some of them, it also stems from, more upsetting and difficult circumstances that they've experienced, things that they will share with you, and be open with you. But the fact of the matter is, my darlings, is that you are comfort and safety to them, and you are fully able to be exactly as you are with this person, and them as well in turn with you, and have it be perfect and have it be everything. And it's wonderful. We have conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse, nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon, mutable moon, mutable moon, and step out of your comfort zone, north node. Okay, yeah, so north node, I automatically saw south node as well, which are like the opposing signs, opposite ends. And that's how it feels like with you both. It's like, okay, there's so much about you two that's similar, and yet so much that is different in a strictly complementary way. And for nothing is yet set in stone, excuse me, feels like, what have I not pulled? Have I pulled everything already? Go me. Feels like, feels like you are going to be reconnecting again in dreams. I don't feel as though you've seen each other in dreams in the last little bit. I feel like you're going to start reconnecting in dreams again. And I'm seeing when you meet, I'm hearing thaw. So it feels like, it feels like when winter starts to turn into spring. So March especially feels like very, 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 very significant months for this connection. And with conclusions are within reach. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you watch it is when you're meant to see it, my darlings. But at the time that I am filming this, it is March, I think. Yes, we'll see. Yes. Yeah. Right? Sure. Yes. Yeah. And so for conclusions within reach, and then for me to see March, it feels like you're going to meet them either in March or you're going to meet them within 1 to 2 months. Because I feel like most of you are ready to meet them. They have very soft skin, very soft skin. This is so nice because you guys really just love being with each other. It doesn't always have to be about doing something, which is really nice for you because you love socializing. You feel very light. You feel very, very bright and social and wonderful, and you love getting out of the house. Sometimes you can get stuck in the house for too long. You do love getting out of the house. This person feels very much like a homebody, so I feel like you are very it's nice because you're very encouraging for them to get out more, which is good for them and they want to do. but you're also like, when they're not up for that, you're like, okay, we can stay here. And it's very sweet. It's very, 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 very sweet how domestic this is. I do feel as though there's distance between you both, but I feel like that distance isn't forever. I feel like you're both doing quite well financially. One of you is doing extremely well financially, and the other person is doing very well financially. And it feels like for a lot of the situations, it would be you doing extremely well financially and them doing very well, because you know, children are expensive. And you guys have the ability and the means to, you know, travel to see each other. And even so, it really I don't feel as though it's more than 2 years that you do the long distance thing until you're moving in together. I do feel as though this is forever. There is not a fraction of a doubt that this connection is not forever, because you have spent so long trying to find each other, subconsciously even. I feel like one of you has been single for a very long time, and the other of you has either bounced from like relationship to relationship to relationship, or has stayed kind of non-committed, and kind of, you know, had like little trysts and little friends with benefits and here and there, and fulfilled, you know, carnal needs as you saw fit, or as they saw fit. And but like, kind of kept your heart back a little bit, even subconsciously, because it's kind of like, okay, like, you both have always known how it feels to be loved, because you've known each other so many times. And so when the bar is set that high, when it's set at the point of divine and perfect and soul connected love, how can you possibly settle for anything less than? And it feels like because of that, you both have had a lot of trials and tribulations with people who took advantage of you, people who, you know, pushed you past the point of your boundaries and then some, people who did not value you, people who did not respect you, and really kind of closed you off from everything in different kinds of ways. And no more. No more, because now you have each other. Okay, my loves, we're going to pull some letters now, and then we're going to say goodbye to those who aren't interested in the intimate readings, and go to the intimate readings for those who are interested in them. I feel like one of you could be a writer, or very interested in, thank you, my loves, very interested in fantasy, and like world building. So one of you could also be really into video games. Yeah, ma. That's what I heard. I don't know. Okay. One of you loves driving and the other one really doesn't like driving. I feel like well, it could be different. One of you could not have a license and the other could, or you both could, and one person just really does not like driving, which I've never met an intuitive who was okay with driving, because driving is for, even if you love, like, yeah, even if you love driving, as an intuitive, people on the road just get so angry, and so fed up, and it's so congested and intense, and especially if you live in like a bigger city, which I feel like both of you do. And I feel like one of you is very at home in the city. You just feel good in the city. You have a very nice home, I feel as though, in like a city center. And then the other lives in a city but doesn't like it. And I feel like a lot of you, it's you who lives in the city and you're like, this is amazing, this is for me. And especially because the other, I feel, has these very, very, very strong psychic gifts. The hustle and bustle and everything, it makes them like clam up, not in a way that really affects anything. It just kind of like, it's actually quite sweet, because again, you are safety and security to this person in all forms, them as well for you, but you especially. And I feel like it's very nice, because what they have with you, they've never had in this physical lifetime. They have never, oh, this is sad. I feel like they've never felt safe with another person until they've met you. And that is melting my heart chakra, and I want to cry. Because that's such a hugely beautiful thing to have somebody who feels safe. So I feel like you guys could be going out and walking about in the city, and there's traffic and there's honking, and you're like, oh, just another day in paradise. And sorry, I feel silly today. um and they kind of like wrap their arm around you, or they kind of like tuck in a little bit closer to you, and it's not in a fearful way, because I do feel as though these people are in a lot of ways very much fearless. They've been through a lot. They're, yeah. And you guys, yeah, it's like, okay, so you're incredible fucking people. And so say you feel afraid of something, you will freeze up. And say they feel afraid, they will not freeze up. They will confront whatever they're afraid of. It's like fight or flight. Like, rather than flight, you have like stay, and they have like, I won't accept this. Especially when it comes to you. If there's a circumstance in which something is making you feel afraid, this person will not fucking accept it. And if they feel afraid, they will not acknowledge that feeling. They will not announce the fear that they feel, because that's not something they've had the opportunity to ever really do very comfortably. So you will know when they feel that way, and then you'll protect them, and you'll just put an arm around them, or you'll kiss them, and then it's like, okay, anything that was wrong is now right, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm hearing, I think it's Beatrice Potter. Is Beatrice Potter the fucking, or yeah, Beatrice Potter? That's the rabbit, right, from England? The art, and that's Miss Tiggywinks or Tigglywinkles, the hedgehog or something. So someone could be from the UK in this connection. I'm also hearing Yosemite, and I'm hearing, which I only learned how to pronounce like 5 years ago. I used to call it Yosemite. Anyway, I'm hearing Yevon. It's giving me Final Fantasy X too, but I feel like Yevon means something else to someone who knows more about the world than video games, which is not me. So I'm hearing Beast. I'm hearing Besaid. Now I'm just on the Final Fantasy X-2 train. And I'm hearing water. I feel like one of you could live close to water. I feel like your one of your first dates is on the beach or near water, or you stay in like a cute little Airbnb or like a little cabin on the water, and it's just you two, because it feels like you both are so vastly connected to so many people, hugely connected, that it really is nothing short of a divine miracle that you find each other in these giant crowds that encompass you at all times. But you do, because of course you are going to find each other. And so there's nothing more perfect than existing just with each other, existing away from everything else, existing away from others. And like, yes, you have a social life, you love to hang out with friends and family and everything, it's all great, it's all lovely and bubbly, but there is nothing so close to perfection to you two as being with each other in whatever form that comes. I also feel like it has to do with crossing water to get to each other, a flight like across water. So different continents. One of you lives on an island, I feel like. Or a place that's like surrounded mostly by water. I'm hearing to not be shy. I'm asking spirit like for a little more confirmation on how you, someone's biting my shoulder, on how you, which we'll get into in a minute, like meet fully, because it was very, 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 no, it was vague in the way that like, it was like, okay, I can't spell this out for you because, one, you're just going to know. And two, if I spelled it out for you, something about it just wouldn't align. It would be kind of like a meh, and then you'd have to like find each other again. I'm seeing like a roundabout and two cars like going in like opposite directions, and then eventually like you have to meet. Anyway, you could live, yeah, I feel like one of you lives in a very, very, very busy place with a lot of roundabouts. And yeah, it's like you're just gonna know, and it's gonna be so fucking weird. Like people are going to ask you, like, oh, how did you meet? And neither of you are really gonna have an answer, because it's so like, it's so complex in how it developed and played out, and it's like everything had to be in its exact right place at the exact right time, because this is a divine connection. But at the same time, it's like you both didn't have to do anything, you just ended up connecting. So it's very hard to like put a story. It's not like you went to the supermarket one day and this person was trying to buy bread and you had the last loaf of bread and it was like, oh, do you want the bread? And it was like, oh, do you want to make out? And then that's a love story now, isn't it? Because you just found each other, and it's like finally, that's all it feels like, is like, and it feels like you don't even care about like how you meet or whatever, because it's just like, oh my god, finally. Like I can hear one of you telling the other like, you finally found me, because that's what it's been. You guys have been looking for each other subconsciously and consciously. You've been looking for each other, and you're gonna find each other, and it's very, very beautiful. I can see ready in these. Do we have ready? Ha 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 ha. Oh my god, do we have ready? You guys, oh my god, you're so close to finding each other. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, is there anything else? There's one more thing. There's one more thing before we get into the intimate messages. One more thing, one more thing, one more thing. I'm hearing bells. I'm hearing like a clock chime. So one of you, I feel like, lives in a city with a very big clock tower. And oh, I feel like I'm also hearing the name Thomas. I feel like, oh, my ears ringing. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Oh, now. Hoo, hey, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, ha. I'm hearing be well. And that's very cute, because it feels like this person's message to you. It's like, okay, don't worry. You're gonna find me. Like, we're gonna find each other. I can hear them being like, I'm so much closer than you know. And it's like, just be well. Take care of yourself now, because I'm doing all I can where I am, and I'll do more when we're together. But for now, I need you to take care of yourself in the way that I'm going to take care of you, and in the way you want to take care of me as well. And I'm going to fucking sob. I need a hug. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Guys, fuck. I'm hearing sea as well. So the water that you're surrounded by, or they're surrounded by, could be a sea, or the water that one of you has to cross to get to the other could be a sea. And yeah, you guys are really, 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 really close to meeting. The clock tower is significant. It feels like a landmark, like a significant landmark of where one of you lives. And I feel like actually, this landmark has played a point, one, in a significant past life you've had with this person, but two, it feels like the other person has had a lot of like dreams or messages or something to do with it, or they've heard like the chiming of this clock tower, and they never really correlated it to anything because they don't live near a clock tower, so they just didn't know what it was. And then you guys are on a date and you're together and you're holding hands and everything is perfection, everything is bliss, and then they hear this chime, they're like, what the fuck was that? And you're like, oh, it's Big Ben. That's the only clock tower I know. Is Big Ben a clock tower? It's a clock tower, right? That's what you would call a clock tower? Sure, right? Probably. And they're like, what? Because they've heard the sound before. And that's like the signifier. That's like, okay, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You found each other finally, and it's beautiful. Is there anything else? Oh, they give me a shiver and they tell me no. All right, my babies. Group number 1. I'm gonna cry about this later. Once all is said and done, and like, you know, the cards are put away and the lights are turned off and the candles blown out, this is gonna stay with me and I'm gonna fucking sob. This is gorgeous. I'm so excited for you guys. I will have the link to my Patreon, aka Rosebloom Readings Unfiltered, in the description box if you feel drawn to hearing about your intimate connection. I will say the entire reading, intimacy plays a huge part in this connection, as I'm sure you know, because that's such a significant part of your personality, and I'm very excited to get into that farther. If not, if this is the end, then I hope that you enjoyed it, my darlings. If this is the end, why did I say it like that? That was grim as fuck. If this is where you're ending the reading. Whoa! Sorry, I'm having an emotional crisis now after connecting with such a beautiful, heart-centered connection, my soul melting into goop. If you enjoy that, my darlings, please let me know. I would love to hear from you. I love to talk to you guys. Love getting your comments, especially when they're to do with your cats trying to hold my hands while I'm talking, because I'm going to think about that forever. But, if the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please consider subscribing, my darlings. All my links for Instagram, as well as more information on private readings, my Etsy store, and my email are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me, my loves. I'm so happy for you. I'm so excited for you. This is happening very, 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 very soon, and you are so worthy of it. Just keep doing what you're doing, my babies, and take care of yourselves and be well, as your divine partner wants you to know. Again, thank you for being here with me. I love you all. Bye. Hello, 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 my beautiful darlings. Group number 2, if you picked honesty is essential and rest and relaxation is essential. So many things are essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. Okay. This is your reading on your next relationship. We have the King of Cups, and then we have the Four of Cups. Okay, this is very interesting. I'm hearing someone say relax. I'm hearing someone say relax, like I'm on my way. Like you don't need to worry, because you know I'm coming. I'm gonna be there. And it feels like, oh, you little fucker, I knew you were in there. Okay. Sorry. I mean, you little tarot card. I lost it in the last reading. I was like, I don't know where it went. I knew it was in one of the decks, but I didn't feel like rifling through. Okay, it feels like, all right. We have contemplation, which is the Hermit. Okay, I know exactly what's going on. We have the Seven of Wands, and we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. All right, so it feels like your next romantic connection is a person who you already know. It feels like a person who has a very, very, very strong place of support in your life. They are somebody who's very comforting to you. They are somebody who really listens a lot to you. They are somebody who offers a lot of advice, somebody who you feel very comfortable with. They feel like one of the only people in your life that you can be truly and authentically yourself with. And that's very telling. That it feels like in romantic relationships especially, you don't always feel as though you can be your most authentic self. It feels like you have to kind of, you know, hide certain aspects of yourself or really present heavily other aspects of yourselves. And it's like, no, this person sees you truthfully and clearly, and they love you fully. And how beautiful is that, to be seen completely and fully by somebody and to be appreciated and adored, because you're doing yourself an injustice, my darlings, by accepting people into your lives who are only taking a place in your lives because they are only willing to perceive a fraction of who you actually are. It feels like you have gone through a breakup in the last year that was quite significant, and I feel like it was enough that kind of put you, it put you on some very significant changes. I feel like you guys could have switched up what you're eating. You could have, you know, started to move your bodies more. You could have, excuse me, started like a chore regime for your home that you're really sticking to. Could have changed your hair. You could have started changing like what you wear, how you look. Could have started going to therapy more regularly. You've switched something up that's done you a lot of good. And it's kind of funny because you've made these very positive changes. You made all these significant improvements. Thank you, my loves. I was just asking. I was like, is it today? Is it happening? Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Sorry. We have Time Machine. We have a Burst of Magic. And we have a Deep Breath. Okay, so, oh, you want to come out as well. Thank you, my loves. And it is what it is. That sentence. I had a family friend who ruined that for me because that was like her go-to phrase for everything shitty she would do. She would do something awful and then she'd be like, well, it is what it is. And it's like, is it? Because you is a bitch. And so... Sorry. It's very interesting because you're kind of at a point now where you're like, okay, I'm ready now for a romantic connection. Where is it? And you've had this person, this friend who has supported you wholeheartedly, who has been with you, who has been by you, and you've kind of like looked over them just because they've had a place as your friend. And it feels like, you know, they were in a relationship and then you were in a relationship and then blah, 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 blah. So it just kind of never like clicked. And I feel like that's your next relationship. And the fact that this went flying when I was about to say that, thank you. Flirt, we have extend your lighthearted energy to others. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And religious factors, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. I would like one more, please, if I can. I want you at the bottom, please. Thank you, my babies. And we have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay, yes. So the fact of the matter is, it's like this person, I feel, was being protected from being perceived as any kind of romantic option before because they're so wonderful and they're so good to you, and you needed them to have a place in your life so much that the universe was like, well, no, because the way that you were before, you no longer are now, my darlings. You've made a lot of improvements on yourselves, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's like the way that you once were, which was very much a relationship would become all-encompassing to you. It would take over your entire life completely. And that's not fair to you, my loves. It's also not fair to your partner because it's like there was so much happiness, so much of who you were would depend on the person you were with and how they validated you and so on and so forth. And it's like, you know, this person who's coming in, this friend of yours who's always been by your side, has always validated and supported you. But it wouldn't have been fair to you both for you to, you know, cling on to them so tightly and to risk losing a very, very, very positive connection, platonic or otherwise, because you were not yet in a good phase of a healthy dynamic and connection. We have the Balsamic Moon, a time for healing. I feel like you guys are okay, I'm seeing a restaurant, and I feel like you guys go there and someone's celebrating something, celebrating a birthday or like maybe a holiday, or like you haven't seen each other in a little while. and you guys are eating and you're talking and you're having a nice time. Maybe somebody's having some wine. And the conversation starts to turn very, very honest and genuine. And those are the best conversations, in my opinion, but they are also very heavy conversations. And I feel like that's when feelings are confessed, and it all kind of clicks that way. We have be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon, and bring love into the situation, new moon in Aries. So we are definitely, did I knock on these? Definitely starting something. Here, you want to be starting something by Michael Jackson. And I feel like you are going to, there's so much happening right now. You are, that's fine. Okay, yeah, I'll take them all. Thank you. There's just gonna be, I don't know, something's just gonna click. There's like kind of dimmer lighting like over the table where you're sitting at the restaurant, and you're just looking at this person and they're talking, and it's just like everything kind of comes together in that moment, and you realize fully like, oh shit, I've really just been missing out on this, haven't I? We have the world, we have walking away, we have envy, and we have first chakra, Archangel Michael, so that's the root chakra. So with the world here, you are definitely going to start seeing things differently, my loves. Seeing things with a new sense of clarity, which makes a lot of sense because it feels like for the last little while, you've had your head down, kind of focused on your own shit, which is amazing. And it's what was necessary for you, my darlings, what you were worthy of. And you're leaving it behind. You're like, whatever I had before, like the way I was in relationships before, what I was willing to accept before, I'm no longer willing to accept that anymore. And you're really, 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 really heading somewhere very good, very new. I am hearing for you to have a bit of courage in approaching, not approaching, but, confessing, opening up to this person. I do feel as though it's received very well. I think it just kind of gobsmacks them because they've known you for so long, but also because you've really been on this journey of healing and reconnection of self and all of these wonderful things, that like the last thing they expect you to say when you go out to dinner is, I think I have feelings for you. And then being like, what? In a very positive way. Did I take... Yes, I did. So what am I missing? Nothing? No. Okay. All right. Let's... Okay. I'm hearing hometown, so I feel like this person lives very close to you. I feel like they could be from the same hometown, or they could be somebody who you met when you were younger, like a teenager, or when you were like a younger adult, and you met them online and you kind of connected that way. And then that could be relating to the distance as well. It's like you can meet up, but you don't see each other regularly, and then seeing them in person and you guys are in new phases. I feel like you both have really changed your appearances a lot at this time. And so when you connect and when you meet, it's like a very, very, very intense, very raw attraction, but also like heart-centered stuff. And it can feel a bit intimidating because it feels like you've kind of had this like death grip on your heart since you've started this healing journey. And it's like, well, I'm going to be really selective about who I hand this out to. And then you see this person and you're just like, here you go. All right, my love, let's pull some letters and see what messages come through that way. And then after that, we will look into the intimate aspect of this connection. I do feel some very sweet... Holy shit! Sorry, that's gonna be so loud. Some very sweet romantic connections. Thank you. Some of you in the last year could have started a journey of, oh, sorry, shy. Like refurbishing like a van or a RV or something that you like travel in and live in. Feels like you very much don't want to be restrained anymore. It feels like you really have, you're clearing a lot of the stagnant energy that you had before with, being restrained and being confined, especially in relationships. I feel like you've had a lot of experiences with very controlling people. I'm hearing Christmas as well. And um hmm that could be also how you reconnect with this person, is if you're no longer kind of confined to like a single area, single living space. You have this, movable living space, then you could drive out and see them, and you have the ability and the means to be closer to them at that point, which is very nice for your relationship. I feel I'm hearing one of you could be very into yoga. One of you could be very much on a spiritual journey. Did we get that card? In the card. Oh boy. Oh, she's from Canada now, isn't she? I think we did. We did, right? Oh yeah, we fucking did. There we go. One of you could be on a very, 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 very deeply spiritual journey. Kundalini energy I'm seeing as well. And a lot of yoga. One of you could be a yogi. One of you could be a Reiki practitioner. One of you could be going to a yoga retreat and invite the other one that way. There's a lot of connection that happens through that kind of, meditation and movement and yoga and breath work. And I feel like whoever is interested in it gets the other person very interested in it. And that's very wonderful, because there does feel like a lot that you both are holding in that's meant to be released. I'm hearing sedan as well. So some of you could... Sudan or sedan? The car or the place? Both, they say. So one of you could have a car that you live out of, or Sudan, or Vietnam, or Wyoming, or I'm hearing the DMV. There's some paperwork you have to get. I feel like you've been putting off. It's not the DMV for everybody. It's like the fucking motor vehicle registration place that no one ever wants to go to. I feel like someone has a parrot as well, or a pet rat. And um I feel like some of you have been putting off a doctor's appointment as well, like a physical or something to do, especially for those of you who go to like a gynecologist. You've been putting off, and I'm hearing that it's important that you go to that, my darlings. Nothing bad, nothing like negative. Just, they want you to go, and there's some sort of like cream or something that they want you to get, or like an antibiotic or something. Some of you could be considering starting a music career. I'm seeing like posting covers on YouTube or the TikTok or the Instagram or the whoosy what's its. And if you feel called to do that, my darlings, absolutely. That's a fantastic, fantastic way to connect with so many of your chakras, your throat chakra, your heart chakra, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, and your creativity, and just releasing a lot of emotion. There's a lot of focus on release through this connection as well. I do feel as though there's a very vast amount of time in which this connection happens. Some of you, I'm hearing 1 to 4 weeks. Some of you, I'm hearing 1 to 4 months. Some of you, I'm hearing 2 to 3 years. And that feels more financially focused. I'm also seeing a lot of focus on clear quartz and amethyst, if you feel drawn to that, my darlings, especially like getting little like for your rear view mirror in your vehicle, like hanging crystals or something. Very good for clearing the space, because you've done a really good job of clearing all of this stagnation out of you, that now it's a matter of being like, okay, now I want it gone, kind of a thing, like vacuumed up and sent to the abyss. Is there anything else? They're telling me there's one more thing. My nose is so itchy. Oh, I'm hearing miscommunication. So it feels like, I don't know, there's something fear-based here. Like maybe for some of you, part of kind of what kickstarts your realization into having feelings with this person is that you see something on like their social media or something, or they send you something, or you hear them say something that makes you think that they are no longer not in a relationship. And that kind of like it's weird because it's not like the jealousy is what you act on, or the envy. Did we get envy as well? Am I tapping in like delayed? I'm lagging. Uh, I think we got envy, right? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did, babies. That's not what makes you react outright, but rather it's kind of like the realization that you feel that envy. That's kind of jarring. You're like, well, why do I feel that way? Why am I not happy for them? Why, why am I feeling these types of feelings? And then it kind of starts steamrolling and you're like, oh, and you realize this is a very, very stable person who has always been there for you, who adores you, who knows you through and through, who respects you and appreciates you and values you and sees you very clearly, my loves. And yeah, it's very sweet. It's a very beautiful connection. Is there anything else? They gave me a shiver and they tell me no. I'm hearing June as well. Someone could have a birthday in June. Yes, okay, I thought I didn't pull the Moonology cards, but I did, and I did. I know I did. Did I? Please tell me I did. Did I find them or not? Did I fucking forget them again? Oh my god. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Ah, ledge. Okay, I didn't. And I knew that. Group number 2, my darlings, if you would be interested in hearing about the romantic and intimate aspects of this connection a bit more in depth, maybe some more details, whatever comes up comes up. I don't know. I'm just the microphone. I don't know what's gonna come up. I will have the link to my Patreon down in the description box below. If this is where you're ending the reading, my darlings, thank you for being here. I hope that you enjoyed it. If it did, please consider letting me know by leaving a comment. And if the reading resonated, my energy resonated, I would appreciate it if you could consider subscribing. All of my links for the amount of dog hair in my house is crazy, for Instagram, as well as more information on private readings, my Etsy and my email and so on and so forth are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me, my loves. I love you all very, very much, and I'm very excited. This is a very sweet connection, very sugary and lovely. Thank you for being here with me, my darlings. I love you all. Bye. Hello, 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 my beautiful darlings. Group number 3, my beloveds. I just realized your card number is 3. This is your reading on your next romantic relationship. We have back to what you love, reevaluate your desires, and listen with your heart. You are listening but need to hear with a loving heart. Oh, that's really nice. What's going on? We have the 7 of Swords. And we have the Queen of Cups. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, amazing, gorgeous. Let's pull from the other tarot. Fuck, this chair leans back so far every time. I'm hearing you guys say like you're done. You're over it. I feel like you're in such a good place, my darlings. You've worked so hard over the last few years to get to a place that you have wanted to be. And when I say worked so hard, I mean you have worked your fucking ass off. You have worked your fingers to the bone, my darlings. You have really created something very special and very beautiful. Something very unique. What you do for a living is extremely unique. And there's, quite a few people that do what you do. Thank you, babies. But Ace of Cups, that's gorgeous. And the Hierophant, that's gorgeous. And, oh, fuck me. And the Emperor, that's gorgeous. And, oh, yes, babies. Queen of Wands. 7 of Coins. And the King of Coins. Fuck me. Okay, I want one more, please. I want one more, please. I want one more, please. The 6 of Cups. And I lied. I want another one. Oh, I got 2. We have the 4 of Wands. I knew you were coming out. And we have the Knight of Swords. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. But yeah, there are quite a few people who do what you do, but nobody does it like you, I'm hearing. You are revolutionary in your line of work, my darlings. You are so fucking fearless in what you do. It's absolutely gorgeous. Very, 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 very much attracts this person to you. Part of it, once they learn about what you do. And I feel like that's a big deal because, what am I pulling? This one, thank you, loves. Because um, it feels like since you've started doing what you do, you haven't had like a very steady romantic connection. And I feel like part of the reason is you don't feel as though you can, thank you, be very open and honest about what you do. We have the royal you. There is so much pride around you, my loves. I am so proud of you. Spirit is so proud of you. The universe is so proud of you. The person that you're connecting to and coming, I was going to say coming in. That person that's coming in, that you could be coming in eventually, is is very proud of you. Okay, so we have beautiful and caging, the royal you, quieting the mind, and birds of a feather. Yes, so it feels like part of the reason is that there's something about what you do that is very, very, very unique. Um, and for some, it's not something you can really explain in a way that's understood. Like you're very proud of what you do. You're very proud of what you've accomplished, and you should be, my darlings. You're doing absolutely fantastic. But then there's people who, like, maybe you feel a bit of a spark with them and you're like, "Oh, this is what I do for a living." And they're like, what the fuck? What are you saying right now?" And you're like, "Oh." And it really, really brings your energy low, my babies, because, as I said, you're so proud of what you do and what you accomplish, and you should be. And the fact that, like, what you do is so essential to you and to who you are, and it's really, really, really a huge aspect of your lives. You do it for long hours. You devote a lot of time to it, a lot of energy to it, a lot of thought to it. There's a lot of work. I feel like you travel a lot for it as well. A lot of time goes into doing what you do, that there's no possible way that you could connect to somebody who didn't understand, appreciate, respect, and value what you do. And you are calling in a person who very much does, my darlings. Oh my god, my nose is itchy. Okay, confirmation, because I just had the thought, I'm like, is this a soulmate? And then it was like they stuck a half a fucking chicken up my nose. So whew. um confirmation, you are bringing in a soulmate, my loves. Absolutely. With birds of a feather too. That feels very, very right. It feels like you're bringing in a very spiritual person, somebody who you love listening to. They have a very, very nice voice that you're very drawn into, very relaxed by. I can feel you, like, thinking about their voice a lot. It's like a very big aspect of how you fantasize about this person, because you're very, very big on fantasizing, my darlings. That's a something that you do a lot. You're constantly imagining and fantasizing and manifesting through fantasy, because fantasy is a manifestation technique. It's actually my favorite manifestation technique. And once you hear this person's voice, you fantasize about, oh fuck, oh babies. Okay. Passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. And separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Okay, so I want to take you as well, please, my love. Oh, just one. Bottom? Okay. I want the bottom, please. And this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay, so I don't feel as though you've met them in person. I feel as though you meet them online. I feel as though you have a feeling you know who they are, and I feel like you have a feeling you know who they are when I started talking about their voice, because, as I said, their voice is a big part of your fantasy. You think about this person's voice a lot. I feel like you really like listening, like, very intimately. They could do something online where you hear them speak. They could have like a YouTube channel. They could have a podcast. They could have something where you listen to them. It sounds like they're talking. And where did we get singing? Yeah, singing. It feels like This person does feel like a fantastic singer, but I don't think you hear them sing initially. I think you hear them talk first and foremost. And I feel like you fall asleep with like earbuds in your ears with them just talking. And it's like one of your fantasies is just cuddling up with this person in bed and having them talk to you and pet your hair. It feels like your scalps and the napes of your necks are very sensitive, my darlings, because I can feel this person like massaging them and stroking them, and you fantasize about them just talking to you and you getting to fall asleep in this person's arms. And if that's not the cutest fucking thing I've ever heard, um I feel like there is an element of distance to this person. I feel like there's something holding you back, because again, I feel like this is somebody who you've just discovered very, 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 very recently, like very recently. Some of you could even be like the day you're watching this reading, and there's a draw that you feel to this person. There's a pull that you feel to this person that is undeniable. Um, and I'm hearing spirit be like, go for it. Like, because now that you've, found them, and now that you've gotten this confirmation that yes, this is your person, your soulmate, this is your true person, this is your full partner, I'm hearing it's gonna go a lot better than you think it's gonna go. And I feel like it's very much encouraging you to like if this is somebody you find online, to just send them a message, or I guess that's the only way you connect with somebody online, right? You have to send them a message. And you're like, well, I don't know how, because there's some element of you that you have to be vulnerable with, that you have to reveal, because it feels like that's something that you don't always have to do. There's some element of like protection to what you do, or you can kind of like hide behind some element that you get to keep, like you're authentic and you're truthful, but there's some form of anonymity. And it's like with this person, you wouldn't get to have that. You would have to like send them a message from like a personal account or something. There's something that it's this moment of like, I don't know, and then you do it and it's amazing, and this person is so receptive to you. And we'll get into that in the intimate reading now, won't we? But also so receptive and so warm, and you guys are so fucking you guys are so fucking so fucking similar. And like your senses of humor, I feel like you both have like you love their voice. They have a very unique voice, a voice that they get complimented on a lot, a voice that's like that pulls in a lot of people, but it feels like you would have an amazing voice as well, something that like really pulls people in. There's so much that's similar about you, your interests, your passions, the way that you are, the way that you love, the way that you are in relationships, the way that you are in physical intimacy. There's so much about you that's so similar. It does feel like you both are very intuitive as well. And it just feels like it feels effortless. It feels like with this person, it's so easy right off the bat. And that's not something that happens a lot. Like you're very, 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 very social. You love your community. You love your social circle. You love your friends. You find it very easy to talk to people. You're quite extroverted, especially in the last like 2 to 3 years. You've really come into your own as extroverts. And there's like, yeah, there's something about this person that just feels so easy and authentic and truthful, and it's so fun and light, and but also very beautiful and loving. Hold your vision, fixed moon. You guys have some very, 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 very psychic dreams, my babies. We have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Hell yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We are gonna talk, my babies. We're gonna talk over on Patreon, aren't we? Oh yeah, we are. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio, and a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. Full moon in Libra. Fuck. Okay, that's nice. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. The fact that we have 3 full moons here, 3 fucking full moons, is gorgeous. So someone could have Aries energy, Scorpio energy as well, especially in their moons, which there's a lot of passion. That's a lot of intensity. That's a lot of loyalty. That's a lot of seduction. That's very, very intense. And then with the full moon in Libra, that's such a beautiful lightness and a beautiful romanticism. This person's very romantic, very, very romantic. This person has like an elegance to them. Something that just, you notice it from a mile away, my darlings, and it feels like there's something initially that you're like, well, no, I'm nervous this won't work. And it could be due to the fact that like there's some form of distance. It could be as well, especially due to the fact for those of you that resonate with having to like kind of reveal yourselves to this person in a way that you don't. At least online, I feel like you have kind of, I don't know, you have some kind of like personal limitation on like online relationships or long distance relationships. And, you know, that's all fine and good, my darlings, but it feels like, especially with this being a soulmate connection, there's such a strong pull to this person. And it's fantastic that we live in a time that that's possible, that we can, you know, find people who are our people, who are meant to be with. This is very much a soul connection, my loves. This is a person who you've known before, and it's not somebody you would have found in this lifetime if not for technology being where it is. And I don't feel as though this is something that stays separated for very long. It feels like initially yes, but it feels like that's almost okay because you have a lot coming towards you in the next year or two, my darlings, in terms of work. There's a lot of projects going on. There's a lot of work being done, and it kind of, it just works because you both, I feel like you both like own your own businesses, or you both work alone, or you're both in charge of your work. I know it is so fucking itchy. When he has a nose piercing, that you wouldn't be able to, if this person lived down the street from you, because you're a person that loves to be with the person you're in a relationship with, and this person as well. So if they live down the street from you, you'd want to see them all the time, and that would really kind of interrupt the flow of your work that you're very excited about. So rather, you have a person who loves you and who is supportive and who is encouraging and who is, this person's very hardworking. This person's very sexy, very seductive and sexy. This person's an excellent communicator. This person's fun. This person is, they just make you laugh a lot. But they're also very deep and passionate. They have a very beautiful duality to them, where there's so much fun and lightness, but like you guys can also talk about anything. I can hear you both being very excitable talkers. You guys talk a lot. And not everybody can get on that wavelength. Not everybody can, you know, kind of keep up with your conversation, because it's like, okay, boom, boom, we're talking about this. Oh, but that reminded me of this. And now we're talking about this. Okay, but that reminded me of this. And then what was I saying before? And a lot of people are like they have whiplash after having a conversation with you, but then this person as well. And then you meet this person who talks in the same way. And it's like two people who are so impassioned when they speak, and so talkative and so knowledgeable and so pleasant, that like you guys get each other. Like you're talking about this and then you're like, oh, and it reminded me of that, and they're like, oh my god, yeah, and it reminded me of that, and you guys go like then like full circle, and you come back and it's like, oh, and then we started talking about this, and you guys become like your best friends who are in love with each other eventually. It's very sweet. It's very, very beautiful. I do feel as though this person yeah, I feel like you guys have your own space that you've worked really hard to have. I feel like this person moves in with you, but there's something about this person where you just know them really well, and you know that there's something they're kind of looking for in their space. And if it's not something you can provide them where you live now, you're like, okay, so let's, you know, have a space that works best for us together. Like say if you live in the city and this person, you know, really thrives, I feel like, especially being near nature, especially being near water, you guys, you know, build a home, or you have like a little vacation home, little cottage near the water, near outdoors, and that's really where they thrive. And it's such a beautiful giving dynamic and giving connection. Oh my god, my nose. It's very, very sweet. One person really likes spanking the other in this relationship. Like, not even like just, you know, in a way that we will talk about after, but just like affectionately. I feel like one of you has a really nice butt. Did I forget? I feel like I'm forgetting a deck. Did I pull the... No, I didn't. Ha ha ha. Okay. I feel like this person is in their late 20s for a majority of you. Or they are within 5 years of your age. Okay, so it feels like, oh, fuck, you meet this person, or you kind of initially connect to this person in March or April. Or you could have a birthday in March or April, or you connect with them in October, November, or you could have a birthday in October, November, or you connect with them, or you could have a birthday in September, October. We have all tied up. Oh no, don't we? You saucy little folks. We have cornucopia. We have Healer of the Ages. Okay, gorgeous. So I feel like group number 1, if you felt drawn to group number 1, my darlings, has messages for you. There's some similarities in this reading as well, because I feel like the person you're connecting to... I'm sorry, I always keep talking when I turn away from the microphone, and then I go to edit, and I'm like, you guys put up with a lot through me, and I'm so sorry, but so eternally grateful. This person heals a lot through their hands. They're very natural healers, very intuitives. They could work as healers. They could just have hands that you feel really drawn to. I feel like you can't stop looking at their hands, or there's something about their hands where you're really focused on their hands, like the first time you see them or connect with them, you like see like their hands first. I feel like you really want to hold their hands. There's something about their hands that you're like, I just want to, Feels like one of you has hands that are much bigger than the others, because it feels like when someone's holding the other person's hand, like the smaller hand is like gone. It's like just evaporates. Okay, so someone has, I feel like, oh, fuck. Someone has longer hair in this connection, so shoulders down to like the middle of the back. I'm seeing auburn, I'm seeing light brown, I'm seeing dark brown, I'm seeing black. Very soft skin as well. For those of you who are interested in people who can grow facial hair, I'm seeing like very nice but very full facial hair. I feel like you're going to see 1s and 11s a lot when you're close to meeting this person, my darlings. I feel like if you're watching like somebody say on YouTube or something, the time, oh my fucking goodness. You notice the time as being like 111 or having 51 in it as well, or 23 or 49. I'm hearing butterflies. Butterflies are a very important symbol for you. I feel like some of you could have been very close to your grandmother. And when you see butterflies, it reminds you of your grandmother, or your grandmother like had, butterfly decorations or really liked butterflies. Because I feel like you both have grandmothers who are bringing you both together, who are working like really closely in spirit to... I'm sorry, my nose is so itchy. To bring you both together. And it feels like butterflies are symbols for you both about these grandparents. Something about roses too. I feel like you could see butterflies and roses when you first see this person, and it doesn't even click at first, but then you take like a second glance, or you see them again, and then you're like, oh shit, like things kind of take a bit to connect with this person for you. I feel like one of the first times that you connect physically is around a holiday. An important holiday that's centered around food. I feel like food is a really big factor into love and family and comfort for you as well as this person. It feels like they meet your family before you meet theirs, and I feel it's like I can hear them being really, 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 really nervous about it. I feel like they just, I don't know, they're really worried that they're not going to be received well by your family, and you're like, no, 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 it'll be fantastic, and they're like, but what if it's not? And you're and you're like, no, it'll be great. And you, especially your mothers, who are very like openly affectionate people. I feel a lot of you have a very close connection to your mother. Fucking love this person. They're like, okay, so when are you getting married? And I do feel as though you marry this person. I feel like you get engaged quite quickly, actually, much quicker than you are going to believe. Like it's gonna feel like it's the right thing for you to do, and you're like, well, it's only been like 8 months. That seems quick, but it just, when it feels right, my babies. Also, I feel like some of you have fathers who are very soft spoken, very much like the kind of opposite energy of your mothers. Very loving, but very quiet and soft spoken, whereas your mothers are much more outspoken and loving in that way. Loving in a more, in your face kind of way. And I feel like something very jarring is how well this person gets on with your father. It like, because this person is very talkative, as you're very talkative and very warm and lovely and sweet, this person gets your father talking. There's something about this person that your father just feels. I feel like your father tells you, perhaps when you're hanging out drinking or something, like surprises you just abruptly and outright, being like, I'm really glad you're with this person. Like you guys are really good together. I'm really happy that you have them. And it like makes you want to cry because it's so nice. And it's like so validating to your own feelings, because you are so happy to have this person, so lucky to have them. I feel like I feel like you can meet them actually within 1 to 3 months. With the 3 full moons in the back, I feel like, yeah, you guys are very, very close to finding each other. Um, mm, there was something and then it went away. Can we bring it back, please? This person smells really good. They smell really, 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 really good. They're very cuddly. Very, very cuddly. They're quite tall. They're taller than average. And there's something that really, when you both enter a space, there's a lot of attention that's pulled to you both. Something to do with the way you look. So you both could be quite tall, or one of you could be quite tall, or one of you could just have like an aesthetic that is quite noticeable. Especially the feminine energies. I'm getting a lot of like Stevie Nicks, like young Stevie Nicks. Well, any Stevie Nicks is the good kind of Stevie Nicks. But like kind of like witchy energy. And they're very comfortable being themselves, and they're very, very alluring being themselves. They're very alluring because they're so comfortable and confident, and so uh, unafraid of being who they are, and the pride that they have for being who they are. And I'm seeing a lot of lace and a lot of tights as well. That really does it for you, my loves. For those of you who are attracted to that. Also a lot of jewelry. This person wears a lot of jewelry. Oh, my fucking nostrils. Um, mm, hmm. This person gives really good back rubs. Excellent back rubs. I feel like you guys really need good back rubs too. I feel like you guys sit a lot for a very long time. I feel like some of you have really, really, really bad posture. And I'm sorry, because I feel like as soon as I said that, you like sat up and you're like, oh shit. And that's okay, babies. I won't tell. But yeah, they give very good back rubs. They have, they're very strong. Very good. I'm hearing very good grip. So take that as you please, and we'll get into it later, probably. Very destined, very soft people, very, very, very loving people. These people are very Very much like you in the way that you are completely unabashed in the way that you express and give love. And not just in a romantic sense, but familial, platonic. You are both fucking gems of people. You're both so firmly believing of the good in people, and that's so beautiful and refreshing, because there are so many people who are so adamant that it's the other side. And granted, that exists, of course it does. Wish it didn't, but it does, my loves. But there, imagine being unable to see the wonderful, most loving aspects of humanity and of people, and how vast and how significant that is. And you two recognize that, and you two also give that a lot. You're very heart-centered people. You're connected to the heart as well, my darlings. Some of you could have had when you were younger, or even in like younger adulthood, you could have had like issues with your heart, especially related to anxiety, like palpitations, or like kind of like chest tightness. That is getting better, but very heart-centered people. This person really likes to hold your face a lot as well. And as I said, very healing hands. So there's a lot of physical touch in this connection that's very sweet and very beautiful. This person really likes to play with your fingers as well. Okay, are we pulling letters? Now they give me a shiver and they tell me yes. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's happening in the letters. Definitely feel like you guys get married. And I feel like that surprises some of you, because I feel like you either were kind of convinced that you just weren't getting married, or it's surprising to correlate this person, who I feel like a lot of you are connecting the dots to, being the person that you marry. And it's just so wonderful. A lot of financial abundance in this connection as well. You guys are really, 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 excuse you, good at bringing in abundance, but also okay. But also, you're very good at giving it out. I feel like neither of you hold really any kind of significant place for I almost did it again. Every time. Significant place for money. Like, you have it and you're happy to give it. Just be cautious of people who are taking advantage of that, my darlings, because I feel like people do. And I feel like because you, especially you're very, very, very financially abundant right now, my darlings, as well, and will continue to be so. You guys are going to end up working together as well, which is surprising initially, because I feel like off the bat they don't do what you do. But who's slamming my door at 11:30 at night? Fuck off. Okay. Sorry. I mean, hey, love you. But there's something like there's a creative element to what you do that this person is very is supportive of, and very, 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 very good at helping you with. And it's so exciting, because as we were saying in the beginning of the reading, instead of being like the other people you've connected to and being like, what do you do for a living, like what is that, why do you do that, what this person is like very excited about it, and they think it's really cool, and they really are interested in it, and they're really as passionate about it as you are. And they have their job, their profession. I feel like they, much like group number one, work as intuitives or as healers. But they help you with what you do a lot as well, in a very surprising way, in a way that's very attractive to you. I feel like one of you could be divorced previously, or one of you were engaged or going to be engaged. My rings are falling off. Yeah, fucking divorced, throw it out the window. Sorry, I'm projecting. And okay, bring it back, please. Or were engaged or going to be engaged to somebody who you then obviously were no longer with. I feel like that's part of why, for those of you that resonate with that, why the marriage thing was so shocking, because you kind of resigned yourself to being like, it's probably not gonna happen for me, and then this person swoops in, and you're like, hey, I want to be with you forever. And you guys, I feel like you guys have always kind of envisioned your weddings. I feel like a lot of you want like very big weddings, very ornate weddings, very pretty weddings. You put a lot of thought into your weddings, and you kind of squashed that down in the last few years because you're like, oh, it's probably not gonna happen. And this person comes in and it's like reignites all of those beautiful fantasies. And someone calls the other person darling a lot. It's very cute. I'm hearing an accent as well. You both have different accents, so you're definitely from different places. And I think both of you love the other's voice in equal measure. You both think it's like the greatest sound you've ever heard. You fall asleep talking on the phone a lot. You guys talk until like the wee hours of the night. Some of you talk until morning, until like birds are tweeting, and then you're falling asleep and you're like, oh, the sun's coming up. Really enjoy nature as well. Sunsets, sunrises, watching the water. I feel like you get tattoos together, and I feel like that's surprising because I feel like a lot of you don't really like tattoos. But I feel like this person, one of you is like, no, that's not for me, and the other person's like, yes. Oh shit. Sorry, I just hit my leg. Yes. And you both get a tattoo together. Just like a little very cute one. It's very, very cute. One of you really, 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 really loves to cook. Well, nah, both of you love to cook, but one of you is like Gordon Ramsay level, like very like, you know what like a remoulade is? I don't, but but the other cooks. It's like one of you cooks like at like a professional, like you have all like the techniques and shit, and the other one cooks out of love. And it's so cute because you love cooking for each other, and one of you, the one who cooks with love, really loves baking as well. And I feel like you're not even that big on baked goods, but you love the baked goods this person makes. It's very sweet. I'm hearing aioli as well. It's so fancy. One of you could eat a lot of meat, a lot of beef. I'm also hearing anemia. Um, which is interesting because I feel like the person who eats a lot of beef isn't anemic, but the other person is, and then the other person comes into your life, or vice versa, and then one of you is eating steak all the time, and then it helps like the other's iron levels because you're eating steaks, or so they're eating steak, or vice versa, and you help their anemia, or they help your anemia. I feel like some of you could go to a Latin, nope, a Spanish. Some of you could go back in time together. I do feel as though you've been together very often in past lives. We'll be together again as well. Spanish-speaking countries as one of your first like significant trips. It feels like you travel a lot for work. I think I said that earlier. And that's all fine and good because it feels like you have like a very nice friend group, social group through your work. And it feels like you really love being around the people that you're in a romantic relationship with. So you travel for work and you want to bring this person along, and they're like, that's okay. Just because they don't want to like overstep because you have this social aspect of work, and you're like, well, no, like I want you there. And then your social circle and their social circle really like intertwine, and your friends become their friends and vice versa. It's a very beautiful connection that really, 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 really encompasses like your whole lives. I'm also hearing you guys worry because I mentioned like your family's really liking them before, and I can hear you guys thinking, one of you can speak Latin, by the way. I'm hearing you thinking, like, you didn't mention them liking like their family liking me. You didn't mention their family liking me. And yes, their family fucking adores you, my babies. Adores you. You guys are the kinds of couple who best friends, romantic partners, but also it feels like you've been together for fucking ever. It's very sweet. Is there anything else, my loves, that gave me a shiver and they tell me no? Okay, my loves. That's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. One of you could be dealing with a legal matter as well, especially when you connect to this person. You could have like, I don't know, an investigation going on into something, or you're dealing with some sort of court matter, and it's going to go very, 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 very well for you, my loves. It's also going to finish quicker than you think it will. It's going to go better than you think it will. You guys connect a lot over your childhoods as well, movies and video games, but yeah, it's going to go very well for you, my darlings. And then I'm hearing Spirit be like, and then it's over. So it feels like something that's really sucked to deal with, but it's going to be over, my loves, and it's going to be good. I hope, nope, let me backtrack. So I will have the link for the extended reading down in the description box, my loves, on Patreon, where we will go into the more physical aspects of this connection. I feel like there's a lot to go. There's a lot to go into. Did you notice how I didn't elaborate on that all tied up card that we pulled earlier? Because YouTube would have been real mad at me. Where is she? Come here, baby. There you are. There she is. Yes, but if you don't want to and you're done and you're finished, that's okay. I hope that you enjoyed the reading, my darlings. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment and let me know. Love talking to you guys. Love hearing from you. If my energy resonated, the reading resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Instagram and information on private readings, my email, my Etsy store, etc., are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me, my loves. I love you all, and I'm very excited for you. Bye. Hello, 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 my beautiful loves. Last but certainly not least, if you picked this gorgeous card, I have to move it over here because of the light. Like attracts like. If you long for more love, be more loving, and be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. Very exciting. This is your reading on your next romantic partner. We have the Five of Swords. And you have the Six of Swords. Okay. So it feels like right now, my darlings, you are in like the pinnacle of manifestation. And it feels like you're really focusing your manifestations on astrology. You're really kind of working with the planets. With the planets. And working through that way. Especially, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you see it is when it's meant for you, my darlings. But we're about to come into, or we are right around the time of Venus and Jupiter, which is a fantastic time for manifesting. Venus and Jupiter together, them's some good planets, babies. Oh my goodness. Because that's luck and fortune along with love and relationships and everything. So, but yeah, you guys really work with astrology to manifest, work with the moon. We have the Seven of Cups. We have Justice. I want to take you, please, baby. Thank you. We have Strength. I don't want you. I want you. Thank you. And we have the Nine of Cups. Okay, gorgeous. Yes. So, excuse me, my loves. Yeah, it's very exciting because it just feels like a lot of confirmations that what you're focusing so much energy on manifesting is very much coming true, my darlings. And it feels like, especially here with like this ghosty boy kissing this woman, it's like you can feel that this person is on their way to you. And so I'm hearing like I'm hearing you can relax. And I feel like that just has to do with your manifestations. It's like, okay, you've done it. This person is coming. You can release, you know, some of the need to kind of control and just kind of trust where you're going and trust the journey. And you've done a fantastic job, my darlings. You've really, 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 really worked hard to manifest the connection that you want and the dynamic that you want. Sacred reverence, abso-fucking-lutely. It feels like there is, we have the uncharted sea, feeling the world, and beautiful uncaging. Okay, that's gorgeous. It feels like there's an element of travel to your work, or you are very you work with like a charitable cause, or you're very adamant on charitable causes, a lot of philanthropy and humanitarian work, especially in regards to like houses, making sure that people have you know, proper houses and good housing, and they have what they need in their houses, and they're safe in their houses. um I'm also seeing some of you working like with people in situations where they have to go to court, like in regards to like their family situations or their living situations. You're like some sort of mediator, or you offer like support or counseling for people in those kinds of situations. And it feels like you meet this person through um either the same work or a similar kind of work. We have let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek, and release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Okay, so I feel like that correlates more to like releasing kind of the need to control, because it feels like part of the reason that you're so adamant on your manifestations is because you don't want like a repeat of history. You don't want a repeat of a previous partner that you've had. You don't want a repeat of like their kind of personality. We have community, which correlates to let your friends help you. Number 7s could be big for you as well, my darlings. And it's like, you know, you don't have to worry. You're not the person you're bringing in is not the person you were with before. It feels like you could already know who this person is. But I definitely feel like there's a connection to work. I was about to say 2s and 22s are numbers for you as well, my darlings. And yeah, feels very much like you know who this person is. Feels like you guys could have like a friendship-based connection, like a very like pleasant work dynamic. And that makes sense, because it feels like a lot of you have like, you know, quite intense workplaces. That like, you know, sometimes at work, the last thing on your mind is like a romantic connection. But it feels like there's an opportunity to get to know this person more like personally, more intimately. There's like a, you know, a work holiday, or like a fucking, what are they called? Like a, you know, work picnic or bonding exercise day or something. We have bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Gorgeous. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. And be bold and make the first move. Okay, gorgeous. Yes. Yeah. So professionalism has its worth, my darlings. Abso-fucking-lutely. It has its worth. It's important. It's crucial, some might say. But there comes a time when, if you feel a connection to somebody and it's not hindering, you know, your morals or your work ethic or anything else, then like it's go for it. Go for it, my darlings. Definitely feels like December, January, and February are very important months for this connection. I'm hearing taboo. There's something that feels like taboo about this connection. Like someone could be someone else's higher up. Somebody could, you know, be quite new at their job, and then they meet this other person, and, you know, it's like, well, you don't have to tell anybody your business, my darlings. You don't have to tell anybody that, you know, you're in a romantic relationship, because it does happen very organically. You guys just talk and enjoy each other and laugh, and it's very nice, and you joke and so on and so forth. And then, you know, you end up being interested in each other romantically. I feel like someone could work in IT as well. Someone could work with tech. I'm seeing business wear as well. I just want to pull some more of these. Thank you, my loves. Somebody really likes cycling. Somebody's really big on biking or like spin classes. And I feel like one of you has like a significantly different accent from the other. I'm hearing babushka. Um, hmm. I feel like they surprise you with their physique. Like the first time you see them, without so many clothes on, it's very like surprising because even though I feel like they wear like nice clothes, it doesn't feel like their physique is really shown off very much. It definitely feels like there's a legal element to what a lot of you do, charitable and a legal element. So some of you could work like in shelters and so on and so forth. I am hearing very clearly that it's definitely like a work partnership. It's not like somebody you meet like, in the workplace. It's somebody you work with in the workplace. And I feel like that's an important distinction. It feels I'm hearing you guys are coming out of a lot of financial hardship at the time that you meet this person. And I feel like I'm hearing 6 to 10 years age difference as well. But yeah, it feels like, which would make sense because I feel like a lot of you have kind of, had to focus a lot on like some of you have made like home improvements. Some of you have had to move homes or apartments. Some of you have had to like buy cars, and you've spent like quite a bit of money and kind of racked up some debts in the last few years, my darlings, and things are slowly rectifying. And I feel like it's confirmation from spirit, especially because my eye's being drawn to the pyrite. So like things are gonna get get better, and more money is gonna come in. I feel like you're getting a raise soon, or you're already getting a raise. You have this new position. But yeah, the finances are gonna be sorted, and I feel like after that kind of stress calms down and goes out of your life, that's when this person comes into your life more clearly. I feel like one of you could have a birthday in June. I feel like I'm seeing a museum. So there could be some kind of event at a museum, and that's how you two get like closer together, like maybe like a volunteer opportunity or something, or a class or something at this museum that you get closer together. But it's a very important cause to your heart, what you do, my darlings. It feels very community based, and it feels like you're very attached to your community. And it feels like that's kind of a link between you both as well, is that you both have, I feel like a lot of you live in the same like town you grew up in, same city you grew up in. And so these causes, these charitable causes, are very close to your heart. What you do for a living is very close to your heart, and this person in the same way, because I feel like they as well. And it's kind of funny because some of them feel like quite small cities, quite small towns. And it's like, well, how did we never notice each other before? How did we never meet before? And, it just wasn't the right time. And now it's the right time, my darlings. All right, my loves. Let's pull some letters and see what messages come through. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, my gracious above. I'm hearing Danny DeVito. I don't know what that has to do. You could be watching a movie with Danny DeVito. You could, this person could love. Who doesn't love Danny DeVito? I fucking love Danny DeVito. I don't feel like you're gonna end up dating Danny DeVito. I will say that outright. But I'm so sorry to say, my loves. I'm sorry. I never want to be the bearer of bad news, but I do have to be truthful. Well, somebody could be a doctor. Ooh. Ooh. Or somebody could be from Dominican Republic originally. Somebody could speak Spanish as like their initial language, their first language. I'm hearing Israel. You guys could go on a cruise as well for work, like some kind of, work excursion. I'm hearing the name Raphael. I'm hearing the name Michael. I'm hearing the name Maria. I'm hearing someone say shit in French, so they could be French. Someone has, because your work is quite stressful, my darlings, what you do for a living seems quite stressful. So I feel like you or your partner has like some kind of like stress toy, like a stress ball or like a Rubik's Cube or even like a yo-yo. Yo-yo. um, I feel I'm seeing a sleeve tattoo on one of you. Just one arm. Feels like there's a lot of flowers in it, and I feel like the flowers are very symbolic. I'm hearing craft beer. Someone could really like beer or make their own, brew their own beer, or just have like a lot of knowledge of about beer, and you know what like beer pairs with what and the flavor notes. And IPA I'm hearing, I don't know what that means. I feel like if it resonates with you and the fact that I just said I don't know what it means, I could hear some of you being like, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, babies. I don't mean to disappoint ever. Someone has a bit of a thing with germs. Someone uses a lot of hand sanitizer. I feel like I feel like some of them could be, which we got Aquarius twice. So some of you or some of them could be born on February 14th. Okay, I'm hearing Tide, which could be water, but it also feels like the laundry soap brand. And for those of you that resonate with that being that, some of you could connect with this person. You could end up actually living in the same like apartment complex or flat, which would make sense if you guys like recently moved, and connect with them in the laundry room over there. You could also connect with them in the laundry room over there. Some of you might be private investigators, or they might be private investigators, and you could meet just like in court one day because you're helping people and they're helping people. When you really like Star Wars, especially oh, someone's gonna yell at me. The one, Natalie Portman, Padme. Don't yell at me, please. It's not my brain when I'm channeling. It's just the messages. Someone has really curly hair in this connection. Very, very curly, very beautiful, like coily, bouncy curls. Very pretty. I'm hearing St. Patrick's Day as well. Could be when you guys connect, or someone's birthday, or someone could be named Patrick. I'm hearing Dre. I'm hearing Dea. I'm hearing long term, so it does feel like this is a connection that lasts, oh, excuse you, a very long time. I'm hearing that some of you might have had like medical issues come up in the last year, like you've needed like quite a bit of medical imaging. And I don't know why that's coming up. This person could like accompany you to appointments, like if they make you nervous, especially the appointments make you nervous. I'm hearing MRI as well. One of you really likes pie and the other one doesn't. And it's cute because I feel like the person that doesn't like pie ends up learning how to make like this other person's favorite pie, and it's very cute. And then you both end up liking pie, and it's very sweet. I'm also seeing like a little fishing boat. One of you could really like fishing or have like a little cottage or a little country home and take the other in the boat, and it's very sweet. Is there anything else? Oh, somebody's kissing like my temple, the left temple. Just very affectionate, very lovely. One of you could work a lot earlier than the other, because that's what it feels like. It feels like one person's like in bed or sitting at the table half asleep, and the other one's like, love you, have a good day. And it's very cute, very domestic. Is there anything else? Ooh, oh, one of you loves pears. Loves pears, like the fruit. Okay, now is there anything else? They tell me no. Oh, I'm hearing drink in French as well. So one of you, I feel like you, my darlings, need to hydrate more. You forget to do that a lot. Or you hydrate with like coffee and stuff that's not actually hydrating. All right, my loves, I will have the link to the extended reading where we will look more into the physically intimate aspects of your connection over on Patreon in the description box. Oh, farts. I almost dropped everything. In the description box. If this is where you are ending the reading, my loves, thank you so much. And I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. Love to talk to you. If my energy resonated, the reading resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Instagram, my email, my Etsy, and more information on private readings and so on and so forth are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you all. Bye.